Okay, so this video is going to focus on the crossed stitch that is featured in this pattern. Its abbreviation is KW2X, and I'm going to show you how to do it on this little swatch. So we are going to simply work into the first stitch. We're going to wrap as if to knit, but we're going to bring the yarn around for a second time. So there are going to be two loops that we're going to pull through and then take it off the needle. So into the stitch, wrapping once, twice, and pulling both of those through. I'm just going to do a couple more here to get across the swatch. And this stitch is always worked in pairs. It's going to need to be in pairs because it gives you that little X shape. Okay, and we're just going to flip around to the purl side and then see how to do the rest of the stitch. Okay, because this is a purl stitch, we are going to have our yarn in the front, and if it's easier you can keep it at the back for now, but just keep in mind that you will have to bring it to the front to complete the purl stitches. So what we're going to do is just go into that first loop and carefully pull it off. We're going to pull off both of the loops so we have a bit of an elongated stitch there. So again, there's the next stitch. We're going to go in and pull off both. So we have the two long stitches there, and we are going to transfer them back to the left-hand needle. And this is where we're going to start with the purling. So at this point you need to make sure that your yarn is in the front. What we're going to do is skip over this first stitch into the second stitch and get your needle in there and purl that first stitch and pull the stitch through. What we're going to do is take that stitch off the needle, so you very carefully have to bring it over to take it off. And then we're going to go back, purl into that stitch, and take that one off as well. Okay, so we'll do that again. We're going to find our first stitch, go in, and pull off to get that elongated stitch, and again, and then transfer both of those stitches back to the left-hand needle. We're going to go into, we're skipping the first stitch, going into the second, purling that one, and carefully lifting it off, and then going back and completing the second. So when I finish this row, we can see where those crossed stitches are. So there's one where the X is showing up, and the second right there. Okay, and that's how that stitch is done.